Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I have some new Too Faced to try out for you guys today. So I just came back from a quick Ulta run, Ulta haul. They had these new Too Faced goodies front and center as soon as you walk in. They even had this protected with a sensor. So I think they're expecting them to be a big hit. I posted this earlier this morning in the community section. I also posted it on my Instagram stories. And I can definitely say the comments that you guys left were like, why? What is going on? Is that cardboard packaging? And yes, ma'am, indeed, it is cardboard packaging. Some of you were excited about this. It's going to be a replacement for the collection that launched in 2020. I will show you guys comparisons and everything towards the end of the video. I will be creating 3 looks with this palette today. So yes, it's a cardboard packaging. This is the Pumpkin Spice Second Slice palette. Now, it retails for $54. Not a tin packaging. We do get a mirror. And these are the shades. And you're probably thinking, Steph, I've seen this palette before. Well, yeah, I think we definitely have this palette a gazillion times over, especially if you buy a lot of makeup. And I know a lot of you, you're into eyeshadow palettes the way I am. So you're probably rolling your eyes at this. I admit I did when I saw it, but I'm a fan of pumpkin spice. I don't drink the lattes or anything. I don't drink coffee, but I love the scent of pumpkin spice. And I just like trying out new makeup. And I think for some of you, this is going to be perhaps a holy grail palette. If it performs well, we got to check that out first. And maybe it's going to replace your pumpkin spice palette from 2 years ago, which I do have a video on that. That was when I had my blonde pixie cut and I was like 10 pounds lighter. But that's neither here nor there. Today we're going to be talking about this palette and we're going to see how the quality is. I'm going to create 3 looks with you guys, and for some of you, again, this is going to be right up your alley, and for others, you're going to have a lot of fun roasting this one. I also picked up the new Melted Matte Lipstick. The shade is PSL, maybe Pumpkin Spice Life. Is that what it stands for? Not entirely sure. Have it on already. It smells like pumpkin spice. Love it. This was definitely a no-brainer for me. I used up pretty much all of the one from 2 years ago. I still have a little bit left to where I can swatch out for you guys, but I won't be applying it on my lips because it's old. But I am glad they added this one. I think it's perfect complement to the collection. So if it is your first time here on my channel, I think you picked a pretty good video to tune into. My name is Steph. I love trying out new makeup. You're always going to see the latest and greatest in makeup reviews here on my channel. I'll do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes like I'm doing today. I do makeup ranking videos, all of that good stuff. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and click on the subscribe button and hit the bell. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. I tend to upload quite a bit, and today is actually a double upload day. It is Sunday when you're still when I'm filming this video, and Sunday when you are watching this video, hopefully. If you enjoy everything, if you like pumpkin spice, if you like Too Faced, or maybe if you don't want anything to do with this palette but you still enjoy watching the video, please give this a thumbs up on your way out. As usual, all the products that I'm wearing, discussing on and off camera will be linked in the description box. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. Some of the palettes that I'll be showing you guys towards the end of the video may or may not be in stock. Like I know that previous pumpkin spice palette that has been sold out. They're all limited edition palettes, basically. So if you guys want to see Pumpkin Spice Second Slice in action, keep on watching. Now, I've already primed my eyelids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. I picked up a new one while I was at Ulta. This is my favorite eyeshadow primer, guys. Like, it doesn't crease. It stays on, and it helps the shadows to stay on, and I can't say enough good things about it. I also want to quickly shout out the Oracle palette from Bella Beaute Bar. This is a crazy good highlighter palette. I have the shade The Sun on, and it is blinding. Like out there in the sunlight, oh my goodness. I know some of y'all picked it up. Thank you if you used my code or my affiliate link. I think it is still in stock. I'll have it linked in the description box. I do have a code that'll give you 10% off. I think it's Steff10. All of that will be in the description box, but this is pretty awesome. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my swatches, my reel on this. This is pretty awesome. Let's dive into second slice over here. Pumpkin spice second slice. Now, it doesn't smell. It smells like just, well, no, I'm getting more of like a plastic scent. And usually sometimes Too Faced palettes, they have like that chocolate cocoa scent to them, but I'm not smelling anything with this one. So, let's grab a brush. I think we're gonna do, I mean, I'm looking at this palette. I'm seeing a lot of redundancy in this palette. I'm gonna go in with Crust Issues. Okay, that's cute. That's a cute name. I'm taking that on a Refer 16. Okay, so this is a pretty shade. I think, you know, this is a traditional crease transition color shade. I like that it's a little orangey, perfect, you know, for pumpkin, for fall. Definitely year round though. I mean, this is not just a fall palette. Use it year round, as I'm sure most of you do, those of you that collect these palettes. I'll be honest, I didn't see this one coming. Like, I didn't think they were gonna drop another palette just because they had dropped the Better Than Chocolate palette about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I thought that was gonna be the fall release. That one was in the tin packaging, so kind of surprised that they did this one. All right, so this shade, no issues. Like, it blended really well. It's pigmented. I mean, we're off to a good start, thank goodness. So next I'm gonna go into, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade down here. This shade is called Second Helping, and I definitely, whenever pumpkin pie is served during Thanksgiving, even during Christmas, I always have 2 slices. Taking this on a Refer 14. All right, I mean, that shade is good too. I feel like maybe this palette is performing a little bit better than the Better Than Chocolate palette. That's good. We're off to a really good start. Now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the shade over here. This one is called Spice-tacular. Oh, you gotta give it to them. I mean, so far the shade names have been clean and cute. Sometimes Too Faced can get a little risque with their shade names, but as of right now, everything seems to be PG. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do next, this shade is very interesting. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of this shade. This one is called More Please. I'm taking this on a damp Morphe M124. Now I'm getting my Refer 13. I'm just gonna use that to blend right in here. So I feel like this is kind of like more of a sequin shade to where you could treat it as a matte black, because as you can see, like, there is a little bit of sparkle, but it's kind of just blending away. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. The shade is called One More Bite. Same brush, I did spray it. Well, I'm getting more Halloween vibes than I am fall vibes, pumpkin spice vibes, and that's okay. I'm just using the Refer 14 just to go over everything, make sure everything's blended. All right, now what I want to do, I'm gonna take Whip It Good with my finger, and I'm gonna add a little bit right here. And I'm gonna use this as the inner corner highlight as well. I'm using a damp Refer 03 for the inner corner. Now I'm going to go back in with Spice-tacular on a little BH Cosmetics pencil brush. I'm going to go in with Crust Issues right below it. Okay guys, I'm going to add the finishing touches off camera. I don't think I'm going to do lashes today. and I'll be right back and show you the first look with Pumpkin Spice Second Slice. Alright guys, so here's the completed look number 1. I'm going to be using the Too Faced BTS Mascara throughout this video, and probably the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Liquid Eyeliner. That's what I have on the top lash line. If I have a black eyeliner on top, it is that one. For the lower waterline, I went in with a NYX Epic Wear Eyeliner. This was from one of their limited edition collections. It's in the shade Sophia, so if this is not available, which I don't think it is, I'll have the regular NYX Epic Wear Liners linked. And this is the look. I mean, this is very fall Halloween vibes for me, and I like it. Like, the shadows so far, and I used quite a few of them, were easy to work with, and they blended on top of one another and into each other so well. I haven't had any issues, and hopefully we can get through the whole video without any shade being a dud. I kind of have a feeling like this is going to be that great quality that the first Pumpkin Spice palette was, because I have to admit that was a really nice formula that they did with that one. So we'll see. Let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on look number 2. Okay, so for look number 2, I want to do something like with this shade, like the pink and purple maybe. So I'm going to start with this one. Actually, no, let me try using, like, see these 3 lighter shades? No, we only needed 1. I guess I'm going to go in with Toasted first, and then I'll work my way into this one that's called Thankful. I'm taking Toasted. Oh, wow. I didn't expect it to be okay. On a BK A503. That is actually a lot darker than what it looks like in the pan. I haven't swatched this palette, and unfortunately, I didn't take pictures of it before I started working with it, so yeah. This one gave me a lot of kick up in the pan. I don't know if maybe I just went in too aggressively or the type of brush. Sometimes it's the type of brush that gives you a lot of kick up, but yeah, this one does. But it's, wow, it's a nice shade. It's just, to me, I think it looks a little bit darker. Now on a Refer 14, I'm picking up Thankful. All right, so that's a nice shade too. That's a very pretty shade. And I think the shade I had underneath it kind of tones down the intensity of it a little bit. It's still really pretty. I like a shade like that. I think I want to do that for the lower lash line as well. Okay, now I'm gonna do, this is a shimmer shadow. I'm actually gonna try, I'm gonna do Fall Leaves. I'm gonna do that like all over. And I am spraying the brush. This is a damp Morphe M124. Okay, that's a very nice shade. It's really pretty. You could even do like this all over the lid the way I just did, and just do one shade in the crease to kind of just blend. And that could be your look. Adding a little bit more of Thankful, just to kind of blend the edge right here. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed so far. I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't think I was expecting this. And I think I'm just gonna leave it like this, just kind of dark, a little bit simple, you know. I'll do something for the lower, for the inner corner, but I'm gonna do this shade. I want this shade to be on the lower lash line. I'm taking a Refer 26 and the shade Thankful. Now I don't know, let me swatch this shade. Oh no, this is, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one for the inner corner. This one is Pick of the Patch. Same Refer 26, I did spray it. Okay guys, I'm gonna do the finishing touches off camera. I'll be right back to show you this completed look number 2. All right guys, here's the completed look number 2. Love it, love it. Same eyeliner, Mascara. For the lower waterline though, I went in with this one from Melt. This was from the Mariposa collection. This one's in the shade Concha. I think you can find this possibly on sale on the Melt website. So if it's there, I'll have it linked. But this is an amazing gel eyeliner. You can use this as shadow too, but I love this one. It's great, and it gives the look something a little bit different, a little bit brighter for the lower lash line. I don't have anything bad to say. I love the way both of these looks turned out. I'm just impressed. I'm a little bit shocked, and I can't wait to create one more look. So I think I'm gonna wipe off this eye, and I'll be right back, and we'll start working on the third and final look with Pumpkin Spice Second Slice. Okay guys, so for look number 3, I'm looking at the palette. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's like 5 or 6 shades that I still haven't used. So a couple of them are these like really light shades. I do want to use Eyes on the Pies, and it's looking to me like all of the shade names, they are definitely PG, so that's good. I'm gonna go in with, I guess I'll go in with Everything Nice right here. I'll do that in the crease, and then I'm gonna go in with Eyes on the Pies. So I'm taking this first shade on a BK A503. Okay, I feel like this shade is true to its shade in the pan. Now I'm taking Eyes on the Pies on a Rephr 14. Getting a little bit of kick up in the pan with this shade as well. So just be careful when you're dipping your brush in. All right, now I'm gonna go in, same brush, with Serving Looks. Okay, I mean, the mattes are blending. The mattes are doing a great job. Okay, so now, oh, I need to use Scary Spice. I think I'll save this one for the lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with the shimmer shade right here. This one's called Squash It. Using a damp Morphe M124. This is a beautiful shimmer shade. Kind of just focusing it right here. I'm leaving the inner corner blank. The good thing is this palette has been very easy to work with. I did feel a little bit of fallout right now with this shade, but that's about it. Now I'm going to go in with One More Bite. Oh, Chinful. I haven't used that one either. I don't know that I'll be able to use all of the shades, but majority of them, yes, I'm able to use. Same brush, I did spray it. See, like these two shades, they're very similar. You know, we could have done with a different one. Maybe like a purple shimmer, a pink shimmer. And I did feel fallout with that one as well. Okay, now I'm going in with Scary Spiced. It's going to be one of those eye looks where we're combining cool and warm together. I feel like this one is a more cool tone shade. Now for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with Whip It Good. Just using a little pencil brush from Shop Miss A. I think I'm going to add a little bit of it right here as well. Okay, this shade, I mispronounced it. I thought it was Chinful. It's Sinful. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to use that one. And Sip Sip Hooray, a matte shade down here. So these are the only two shades that I haven't used. So I'm going to finish this look off really quick off camera, add those finishing touches. I'll be right back. I'll show you the third and final look, and then we'll discuss what I think about this palette and compare it to some other palettes you might already have in your stash. All right, guys, so here is the third and final look. I added some dark brown liner from Flower Beauty. This is their Forever Winged liner in the shade Dark and Stormy. I did a little bit of a wing as well. For the lower waterline, I went in with a Lethal Cosmetics gel liner. This one is in the shade Hertz. Very easy look to recreate, very fall vibes, fall inspired. Let me go ahead and wrap up today's video, share with you guys my final thoughts on the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice Second Slice palette, as well as the lippy, and give you guys some comparisons and alternatives. Alright guys, so now that I've created 3 looks and used just about every shade in this new Too Faced Pumpkin Spice Second Slice palette, it's a good performing palette. Like, the quality is there. The mattes are really good. They're easy to work with. It's just a very easy to use palette. You can just throw on a couple shades and go. I mean, it's a basic neutral palette. It's a basic neutral palette for $54 in cardboard packaging, which that's fine. Cardboard packaging, a lot of, my favorite eyeshadow palettes come in cardboard packaging. That doesn't really bother me. I know prices have gone up, not just with makeup, but in everything in general. So clearly we are seeing the ramifications of that. The color story. Is it revolutionary? Absolutely not. Do you have these shades already? Probably so, especially if you buy a lot of makeup like myself. But is this a nice way to welcome fall into your stash? Sure, why not? If you like Too Faced, if you like pumpkin spice, and maybe you are a collector of these palettes, I think that's what it's really gonna come down to. If you're a collector of these palettes, then you're gonna add this to your cart and you're gonna be totally satisfied with it because, all of the shades that I tried out, they did perform really well. I haven't even swatched this palette yet, but I did some little swatches here and there. I mean, it's great. It's a solid performing palette. Do I wish certain shades had been changed out for others? Absolutely. I know a couple of you mentioned you wanted more purple in the palette, and I think a dark matte purple would have been great, or maybe something a little bit lighter, or maybe a pink shimmer to go with this shade right here. I mean, there's other things that they could have done, but at the end of the day, this is what these Too Faced palettes are all about. Very neutral, fall themed, bit redundant, and this is what seems to be working for them because these palettes sell out time and time again. They are limited edition, so once the season's over, that's it. You can no longer find them, at least brand new. And I'm here to tell you guys, I mean, it performs. If you want a new updated neutral palette, you like pumpkin spice, you like the brand, you're not going to be disappointed with the quality. So now, oh, and then the lipstick. The lipstick, I've been wearing this the entire time I've been filming, so like maybe an hour and a half now. This is the water jug I've been drinking out of, and no rub off on there. These things last. This is the shade PSL. This is the new shade for 2022. Add it to your cart. You're not going to be disappointed. These are really good liquid lipsticks, and I do want to swatch this really quick. Last year, not last year's, 2 years ago, the 2020 version. This is the 2022 version. This is PSL, and I'm gonna swatch it against the older one that I have, which is over here. I don't use this one anymore. They both smell like pumpkin spice, but there you can see the lighter one is from 2020, the darker one is from 2022. Okay, so let's talk about alternatives. So this was the palette from 2020. This is the pumpkin spice palette, the tin packaging. I love the packaging. This is a similar but pretty much different color story. We do have the pink, the shade right here, and we do have some of the purples. This was such a good palette. This was a beautiful palette. I love this palette. I still reach for it, but this was a good one. And I think if you picked it up, then you can attest to how good that palette was. There was just something about the performance of this particular palette that just made it special. It made it different from all of their traditional fall releases. And here you can see them side by side. New one, old one up here. Definitely some similarities, but they're also very different. So maybe you've already hit pan in your old pumpkin spice. This will be a nice way. Maybe you can incorporate both of the palettes into your look. This is one that they recently dropped. So this is the tin packaging. I was surprised to see this one drop because I thought this was going to be the fall release, but this is the Better Than Chocolate palette. This one is the Pop of Blue and Pop of Purple. Again, we have that little plum shimmer shade going on, lots of neutral shades to anchor the palette. Let me hold them up side by side, and here you can see. I mean, I think if you bought this one, maybe skip this one, or if you didn't buy this one, then maybe go with this one or buy them both. Again, if you collect these, then you're gonna have them. I mean, this is a no-brainer for you. Both I feel performed great, although I feel this one performs better than this one for some reason. So I don't know, maybe it's the packaging, who knows what it is, but you know, these were pretty good palettes, but if I had to pick one over the other, just going by quality wise, I'd actually go with this one, even though it's in cardboard packaging. Now here was the Gingerbread Spice palette from a few years ago. Again, these were limited edition. They are no longer available, and here is Pumpkin Spice Second Slice. I think these are pretty similar to one another, and there's that pink and purple again. You can see it in both of the palettes. Too Faced loves their pink and purple. They think that's enough color for us, I guess, you know, but very similar. You know, maybe it's gonna be, this one's gonna be an update to some of these older palettes that maybe you've panned or used up already. Now I have some others from some non-Too Faced brands. I have this one here from Catrice. This is the Sandy Days palette. This doesn't have like those pops of color, but it's also like $10 or $12. So if you don't want to spend $54 down here on the Too Faced, then you can spend a lot less on Catrice. You can find this on Amazon and on the Catrice website. And this is a pretty decent palette. This is more of a shimmer heavy palette. I feel like this one is more of a matte heavy palette. I also wanted to bring out NYX Ultimate Queen palette. This is a pretty solid palette from NYX. I mean, you get so many different shades. This retails for $35, but I think you can find it on sale. You know, with NYX, you can use the Ulta coupon to get some money off of it. And here they are next to each other. So again, you don't have like that fuchsia pink, but you have some of like the orange and neutral shades in here. Also a little bit of the plum. I think you have, you know, just a lot of redundancy in both palettes, but if you don't want to spend $54 and maybe, you know, you need just a good staple neutral palette in your stash, this one from NYX is actually pretty good. I do have a review over this one as well. So if I have corresponding reviews to any of these palettes that I just talked about, they will be linked in the description box of today's video. And last but not least, I think this one from Be Perfect, the Carnival 4 Antidote palette. This is like the ultimate fall palette. I mean, if you have this, do you really need anything else? Like, this is just absolutely stunning. This costs less than this Too Faced palette, and look at the shade difference. I think this is 48 shades over here, and in the Too Faced you're getting 18. So I think this one retails for, it could be $48 or $50, and then of course this one is $54. This Antidote palette is so good. So good. It came out last year. I believe it's still in stock, but here you can see them compared. I mean, definitely you don't need this one if you have this one. Alright guys, so that wraps up today's video trying out the new Too Faced Pumpkin Spice Second Slice palette, as well as the new liquid lipstick. You can find this in stores right now at Ulta. It is already at Sephora. I'm pretty sure this is at all Too Faced retailers. Let me know your thoughts. Which look did you like best? Are you team 1, 2, 3, none, all? Sound off in the comments down below. Let me know. Let me know what you thought about this new palette. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.